um, so we can watch this later. All right, welcome everyone to the first SOA Australia event. I'm very excited to be joined by people across the world. And this is one of the events I wanted to have as our first kickoff SOA Australia event because we're joined by some amazing countries and we're going to be inspired today about what these people are doing across the world. So I'll introduce SOA Australia first. As we go. Excuse me. Oh, okay. So I guess just a bit of background on SOA Australia before we get started. SOA in general. So SOA started in the Silicon Valley in San Francisco by Daniela Fernandez. And there's two main, and it's for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 14. So that's to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. And the main aim is to protect the ocean, obviously. And there's two main programs, Ocean Leadership Program and the Ocean Solutions Accelerator. And all of us here are that are going to be presenting today are a part of the leadership program across the world. There's lots of ocean leaders, myself, and everyone on the panel today, everyone speaking. So SOA Australia, we have myself, Bella Charlesworth, India, UC, Jesse, Ben, and Justin and Carly, who are in Perth. So I guess I'll give a bit of background on what's happening in Australia. In Australia, we have there's overfishing occurring, global warming, marine pollution, and bycatch. All these are issues that in Australia, the SOA Australia will be focusing on, particularly the coral bleaching that's happening in the Great Barrier Reef is a big issue. Marine pollution, we have lots of coal mines which have runoff, bycatch, and the fishing industry. There's lots of stuff going on. So we're here to, SOA Australia is going to continuously look at these issues and see what we can do to help. So that's what's happening in the Australian context. One of our interesting projects we've worked on last year was with Dataku. Dataku is working with ocean cleanup to monitor plastic data. And we helped Dataku in Australia to monitor plastic and track it. And so the idea is with Dataku, their big, large data company, is to track the plastic and see how it moves throughout the ocean to most effectively catch it. And Ocean Cleanup is a big ocean organization where they help clean up the ocean on a large scale. They do some really cool work, and it was really good. That was one of the cool projects we got to work on last year, and in the future we'll be trying to do more work with Dataku. That's just a little spiel on SOA Australia. We have more events coming up in the future. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, so I guess not much about me. I don't want to go on too much about SOA Australia. The focus is going to be on these guys here today. So up first, we have Rainbow from SOA Hong Kong presenting on her work there. So Rainbow, I'll hand it over to you and I'll get you to share your screen.
Hi TM. Oops, here you go. Is that host disabled to participant screen sharing?
Should be good now.
Sweet. Oopsie, not this one. Here we go. Yep. So I'm Rainbow Lan, the founder of SOA Hong Kong. So I'm just gonna make it bigger. Whoopsie. Here you go. So SOA Hong Kong got 3 missions. So ocean education, policy advocacy, and innovative solutions. And the hub structure is basically based on those three missions. So we got education task force, policy, and innovation. We currently have around 30 members. So this is me. I'm the founder of SOA Hong Kong, and Shelly, she is really creative and good at design. So she will be working on social media and materials that make for education part. James is a really amazing educator. So he is doing some educational work for our hub. So a bit about education program. Shelly is working on WWF Hong Kong to have an art exhibition on combating illegal wildlife trade. We also work with Oceania's Conservation, which is in Philippines. They got a really cool storybook called Ocean Adventure with Cory. So we're trying to translate it into traditional Chinese and reach out to more children in Hong Kong. And as normal, we got social media outreach. So we will talk about Hong Kong marine issues, biodiversity, also supporting headquarters campaign on deep sea back mining. We also have like a long-term project, which is a Nama Island, an island in Hong Kong, which is a fish raft educational project. We are trying to designing programs ranging from kindergarten kids with their parents, primary school students, and secondary school students to get them to know more about Hong Kong biodiversity in marine field. Hopefully, it will launch this summer. We also got some pending project, also with restoration and activist nurturing campaign as well. Innovative solutions. So it's like a long-term project, but we have been thinking about this. We planning to organize a hackathon later this year, and we also some of our friends are doing marine solutions startup. So yeah, we are trying to support local entrepreneurs and collab with Uni and other programs as well. Policy efficacy, we haven't quite started yet. We started with education because we are quite a new hub. But yeah, petition response to the current issues and phase out plastic campaign. Oops. Okay, this is the timeline for SOA Hong Kong. So basically, we started around the same time as SOA Australia. So last year, October. So we got a bit of recruitment and admin stuff done at first, and then we started the education projects. We tried to make our own website. We also talked to Heidi and Bella about the global beach cleanup research, which is really cool. Yeah, and the illegal wildlife trade exhibition will be happening next week. Yeah, and some more to go. Some more interesting project that hopefully happening before next year. Yep. So please follow us on social media. We got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and yeah, if you want to know more about SOA Hong Kong or just want to chit chat, shoot me a message on Instagram, and happy to chat more about it. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, Rainbow. I hope we can do more work together in the future because you guys, yeah, I'm really excited. So awesome. Thanks for that. Next, we have Christy from SOA Indonesia speaking about the work she's doing there. So I'll let Christy, if you can share your screen.
Okay.
Amazing.
Thanks, Heidi. Hi, everyone. My name is Christy. I'm from Indonesia, and I'm not actually the only hub leader here, but we share the role with several of our other team members. Maybe the structure of SOA Indonesia is a bit different because we're not a new organization called SOA Indonesia, but we're previously already an organization called Diversely in Action. But then we get acquainted with SOA and eventually they were looking to spread their networks to Indonesia and decided to work together with us. So Diversely in Action became the Indonesian hub of SOA. So we're actually a youth-led environmental NGO. We're a foundation here, but it's locally created by youth. So all of our team members are youth, and we also stand on our own foundation. So it's not a branch of another bigger foundation, but we're also the Indonesian hub of SOA. So it's a bit of a complicated situation, but it's not. We focus on a lot of things, but mostly about marine pollution because, as most of you may know, my country here is very famous for its vast ocean and vast marine pollution. Thus, Direct Clean Action is one of the organization that mainly focuses on that. But through being SOA's hub, it also opens up opportunities for us to talk about other ocean issues such as sustainable fisheries and also maritime security and da 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 da. I'm sure everyone is also familiar with that. Our vision is actually to create modern and real-time map of marine debris in Indonesia as data to take action against marine pollution. Because if you guys are familiar, in 2015, there was this data that claimed that Indonesia is the second largest marine debris contributor in the world. But that was actually a secondary data. It's not a primary data. So we're trying to help the government and also other NGOs to create this map so we can know what kind of debris is actually being produced here and is it really our debris or not. Our programs is divided into 4 categories. The first one is marine debris research, where our cleanup results will be converted to data, because we know that if we do cleanup every day, it's not going to make the ocean clean. And but we can actually use that as a data to do other programs. And we also have campaign and workshop in social media and also in other platforms such as the Our Ocean Conference. And also we give some sort of scholarship to smaller communities that have the same vision as us in other provinces. We also have community development programs to enable and empower community to join the fight against marine debris, especially coastal communities and small islands community. And we also work with private sectors to facilitate their CSR and EPR. We work with some large companies that whose waste we found a lot in our project sites. So we kind of like slap them with the data and, hey, do you want to like do something about your waste? And some of them say yes. So we facilitate their CSRs and also their EPRs. I'm going to talk about more about what we do as SOA Indonesia. It's actually the first encounter with SOA was in the 2016 Our Ocean Conference, where our founder Tania was there and met Daniela there, and eventually shook hands and everything, and decided that DCA will be SOA Indonesia's hub. And in 2018, we were the one helping SOA to liaise with the government here to host Our Ocean Youth Leadership Summit in Bali. I'm sure some of you were part of that event as well. And then the right one is the one where we participated in 2019, the Our Ocean Conference in Norway. Sadly, the one last year was canceled due to the pandemic. I'm not sure about this year, though. If anyone has information, please let me know. We also have 2 additional hubs here from universities. So it's a smaller hubs of SOA, and it's located in different areas from us. So we have a wider reach. One is in the Eastern Indonesia area and one is in the Western Indonesian area. We're kind of like in the middle, so it's pretty good to have more reach. And we also have the one I told you before, that we give scholarships and also smaller grants for other project in Indonesia and several other provinces. In 2021, we hope to build back better and develop best practices in youth and community development to combat marine debris and ocean conservation, even though it's in the pandemic. Our other activities is we have monthly webinars, and actually we would love to invite if other SOA hubs are interested, to be one of the speakers in our webinars. We have it monthly and with very, very various topics such as technology, coral triangle, oxoplastic, climate change, and it's more of a discussion. So it's not is it right or is it wrong, but it's more of like looking at every angle of the problem. We also have been the participant of SOA's microgram program. One of them is to support our refill stores. So in coastal communities, we often find sachet waste, which we cannot fault them for that because it's cheap and they have, middle to low income, but we try to help them buy small amounts of product without using the single-use packaging. And SOA is a big supporter of that program as well. It's been going well, and we created a store and also created this new opportunity of work for people in the coastal community. And we also was the recipient of the micro grant to help SOA with the deep sea bed campaign, deep sea bed mining campaign. And we made that one in Indonesia with the Indonesian language, because in Indonesia, it's not a very sexy topic yet, unlike marine debris. So we hope by bringing that campaign to Indonesia, it can help other youths here understand and also guide the policies in Indonesia regarding deep sea bed mining. This is some of our media highlight, and I can share this afterwards if everybody is interested in reading it. And the last one is we also do collaboration with the government, such as with the Ministry of Tourism and the Environmental Agency of the province, because all of our programs is very policy related as well. And it's impossible to not work with the government, because if we only do it at the community level, which is great, it will be way better if we have something concrete coming from the policy sector as well. So in the future, we hope to do more as SOA Indonesia and also work together with other hubs that are here. And I can't wait to listen to other exciting stories from the other hubs. And just slid to our DMs if you want to find out more about what SOA Indonesia is doing in the top right here at Diversely in Action. Back to you, Heidi. Thank you.
Awesome, Chrissy. Yes, Indonesia is such a well-developed hub, so it's really inspirational to see all the work you're doing. So thanks so much. Next, we have SOA Mexico, and speaking will be Ibrahim. So I'll get you to share your screen. Thanks so much.
Now?
Yeah, it's working. Yep.
Perfect. Well, thanks again for the invitation, Heidi. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here. My name is Ibrahim Rodriguez. I'm 21 years old, and I'm gonna introduce to you a little bit of SOA Mexico. Well, this is just a little bit of the executive team. That's me. I'm currently the executive director, but I also rely on all the incredible team that supports me on every decision and along the way. And as you all can see, we are basically a youth-led NGO. Most of us are under 30s. Well, we have also some areas, which is education and outreach. We have interinstitutional relationships. We have communications, which basically which people are basically in charge of developing all the social media posts, all the events posts. They're basically in charge of spreading the word about everything that we do. And we just recently founded a new area, which is called Analysis and Forecast of the Climate Situation, which is basically to stay tuned of every news that comes inside Mexico about any environmental issue or ocean issue, so that we can all be aware of the current situation in Mexico, and also to start spreading a word like in terms of conservation. So how can everyone get to know of what's going on, what's happening, and after that we can start taking or making decisions to help to improve the situation. Who are we? As already told you, we're a youth-led NGO. Basically, are to kind of like key activities. Our mission is basically to foster the environmental knowledge acquisition in our communities, even though if they're inside or near the coast, while we are providing with some environmental and experiential education, so that we can also share people that not have like a scientific background or a marine conservation background, the way that they can also become part of the solution instead of just living along the problem. And our vision is to become a role model NGO, again, being led by youth inside Mexico and also international. And doing this while we are also making positive and lasting impacts on several projects that I'm going to talk to you about later, as following and complementing the mission and vision of global SOA, which is safeguarding oceans health by fulfilling SDG 14. What have we achieved? Well, back in, this was November 2020, I think it was. All of the Latin American hubs came along and decided to host the first Ocean Virtual Summit for Youth Leadership, which was part of SOA Connects. And then it was a really cool space. We had almost 1,000 registrations. We fulfilled the 997. We had an interaction of more than 85%, and we also were able to network a lot with people from around the world, and also to start developing some also relationships. After that, in December, we to co-host the first local conference of youth in Mexico. It's called 2020, even though we hosted in February this year. It was also really cool, also safe space, virtual space actually, to chat along with other youth around the country, and to also discuss about the current situation of transportation in Mexico, energy problems in Mexico, the ocean situation in Mexico, as well as education, health, and economy of the country. And since this was also a networking space, we were able to come along with an activist from Mexico. His name is Axel Sutton, and we were able to become ambassadors of a new virtual campaign, which was aiming to tackle plastic pollution in Mexico, called Abatir el Plástico. We also help with virtual workshops on how to manage our waste or disposals and how to separate them. But after that, we also came along during SOA Connects in November 2020 with the Blue Quest, which is actually an incredible team, which is well, they actually filmed a documentary in the Baja California Peninsula in Mexico, but their aim is to highlight ocean conservation stories, not just of the NGOs or the projects or the movements that are currently leading these projects, but also from the people behind these projects. And we came along, we discussed about the idea to implement an event, and this was, we implemented this in April 8th. We were able to gather a group of several ocean research movements, as well as other NGOs, Earth Echo International, and we developed like a really cool virtual space. And with this, we were also aiming to kind of give youth a safer space again, but like to get to know the people behind these ocean research, ocean conservation programs. That they're also people, like they're also young people, they're just passionate about the ocean, they were following their dreams. This was also a network building space. We were able to have more than 300 registrations, and there was an interaction again of more than 80%. This is kind of like our start project for now. We've been taking a little bit of time. We are currently designing other projects, other events. We're gonna be sharing this through our social media, which I encourage you to go and check. This is from Mexico. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box, and that's our Instagram. And I just hope you enjoy this quote, which I also love. And thanks for the space again, Heidi.
Amazing stuff. Thanks so much for that. So inspired. Lots of good work going on there. Awesome. And next we have SOA Chile, and Joseph will be speaking on behalf of Chile. So hand it over to you, Joseph.
Hi, everyone. One moment. Yeah. Okay. Um, we are SOA Chile, one of the Sustainable Ocean Alliance hubs in Latin America, and we are very happy to be here with all of you. SOA Chile was born in mid-September of last year after an invitation from Daniel Cáceres, a regional representative for Hispanoamerica, in order to address one of the many existing oceanic problems, such as deep sea mining, over time, and developing a strategic plan that will identify us and differentiate ourselves from the rest of the hubs. We finally found our vision and mission. Um, no. It's like that how we pretend to be an entity of young leaders at the national level that address problems related to the preservation of the health and sustainability of the ocean, and its researchers whose scope also extends to other places in the region and projects positive global impact. Looking to encourage society through non-formal education, very important, to generate positive change in their daily actions in order to protect the ocean, its ecosystems, and researchers. To type it, I am fortunate to have a great executive team, which I want to present now, of which 4 of us are marine biologists, except Daniela Sabian, who is an administrator in ecotourism, are also part Jacqueline Gonzalez as vice president, Valeria Portus as secretary, Diego Figueroa, and me, Joseph. Our goals are clear and simple: form a multidisciplinary and solid team that can perform different tasks and give greater visibility to the hub, expand the hub to other cities and parts of the country in order to address the oceanic problems that each side has, and work collaboratively with other organizations in the country, involving communities and territories to provide potential solutions to the different existing oceanic problems. Between projects in which we are participating are the Blue Bowl initiative, a joint national project between the Ministry of the Environment of Chile and the Mary Foundation, which seeks to conserve and protect whales while monitoring the oceans, studying and valuing marine ecosystem service, particularly those associated with the role of whales in capturing the CO2 necessary to face climate change. Also in a strategy how to proceed with our coalition to lobby for a deep sea mining moratorium in Latin America, together with SOA Peru and SOA's Youth Policy Advisory Council. In the same way, we have been supporting to the Defend the Deep campaign in our Friends the Oxygen project that seeks that more and more people join and sign a letter addressed to the United Nations organization and the International Seabed Authority, or ISA, against deep sea mining. Two, Blue New Deal campaign promoted by SOA's Youth Policy Advisory Council seeks to connect SOA hubs to cross-search youth priorities for an ocean policy framework that will be proposed to local, national, and international governments for implementation. We will also like mention some events in which we have been able to participate, such as a virtual summit of the young leaders to recover our sea the last November, with where young people and experts from all over Latin America meet to talk about different themes and oceanic problems, given their point of view and also possible solutions. Yet for the future Congress, where we were able to deliver a message to the young participants of who we are, in addition to participating in one of the panels justice, environment, and vision of the work to SOA the Latin American Academy this year, where our vice president participated as a student and Diego as a teacher, with many other young people and experts from Latin America interested in learning about politics, marine science, the environment, and much more. During 2 months of classes every Saturday and Sunday, we participate in some talks too with SOA Mexico and SOA Peru in commemoration of Earth Day, and with our friends from Copa Sur Austral, who invite us to celebrate the decade of the ocean by telling more about us. Finally, we would like to mention the organizations with which we are currently collaborating, such as the Mary Foundation develops scientific research and environmental education in connection with communities at the service of the conservation of strategic ecosystems for Chile and the world. The Latin American Education Network for the Ocean, of which we are part and which was born to strengthen, make visible and professionalize the area of marine education with the objective of promoting ocean literacy in Latin America and the Caribbean. The Oxygen Project, founded to raise awareness and defend ecosystems that produce or oxygen, and the Valve Foundation, which seeks to bridge the gap between researchers and students through a large network of contacts that facilitate communication between them. Below you can find to contact us, Instagram, Facebook, or email if you have any more specific questions. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Joseph. It's really cool to see all the organizations that you've collaborated with. It's really good to collaborate with all those different people and to have a bigger impact on these issues. All right, next, but not, and lastly, we have SOA Peru, and Natalia will be representing SOA Peru. I'll let you share your screen, Natalia.
Hello, yes. All right. Thank you, Heidi, for space. And I'm going to start. I represent the team members. We have Javier, who is the team president, Abdel, who is the vice president, Maria Fernanda, Stefan, and me are the link coordinators, and Daniel and Milena are the communication coordinators. Most of us have studied biology, except Daniela. She studied law, so she is a great help for us. We are also looking to get involved in the politics. And well, we just started this hub in May of 2020. So, and because of the pandemics, we were not able to do a lot of projects. But we received some money for the presentation of SOA at our university, San Agustin Public University, but we couldn't get to make it because of the pandemic. So we used that money for another project that I will show in a moment. We showed or presented an investigation project at Bayanitas Beach by two of our team members. They did this research at university in 2018. and we presented this work to our volunteers online. And also we did an online presentation of general information about marine pollution. In the middle of last year, we did a virtual meeting with all of our volunteers due that because of the pandemic, we couldn't get to know each other in person. We did it online and we had a great night. We did some games and questionnaires. We got to know each other better. We are looking for doing another one to get more involved with our volunteers. In February of this year, we did a beach clinic in Ilo. It's another city different to Arequipa, but we got to participate with the team of SOA Peru that are from Lima. It was a very difficult job. Actually, we got 300 kilos from a beach, well, the half of a beach, because we couldn't get to clean it all. Then we tried to we organized a small event on the beach in the city to get to communicate to all the people in Ilo to know a little bit of us and participate on the cleaning. We use our social media to share information about the Archipelago or Peruvian ecosystems and local species. Here we are with the SOA Peru at the job of the beach cleaning we did in Ilo. And right now we are participating in La Academia Latinoamérica that is being organized by SOA Peru. The girls from Lima, they started this event, and we have classes on Saturdays and Sundays with different researchers from different countries in South America, and it's very interesting. We get to discuss a lot of important themes in South America and get to learn about other people in other countries in Latin America, and get is also very inspired from them. So we are very excited for participating in this. And here are our social medias. If you want to contact us, we are happy for that. And we will also be following you online because you're very inspiring too for us.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Natalia. I love all the beach climp's really cool. 300 kilos. That's huge.
Yes.
was there a lot of garbage like everywhere? Was it noticeable or?
Yes, it was really noticeable, and there was not a lot of. It's not a beach that is very popular, or very easy to get in.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe they never clean it. It seemed like they never clean it because there were plastics that were just fading off in our hands, like turning into microplastics immediately as we touched them. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes, it was hard.
That's intense. Yeah. We do lots of cleanups here as well, but yeah, awesome stuff. So I'll just share my screen to end so yeah, this event was really interesting and everyone had some amazing projects, and I look forward to doing more work with you guys in the future and potentially, coming over there. If you guys are ever in Australia, come, we'll do a beach cleanup together. But yeah, so thanks for coming, everyone. I'll post the recording after for anyone who missed it. You can follow SOA Australia on Instagram and Facebook, and yeah, let me any feedback would be great from the event. Just the how it goes, and yeah, does anyone have anything else to say from the panel? No. Awesome. Okay, everyone did so well.
Everything good.
Yeah, everything good.
Thanks so much for coming here.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, I love learning about the projects, and we'll definitely have to do this again because everything evolves so quickly, and especially after COVID, hopefully we'll get more events up and running and learn some more. So awesome. So I guess yeah, that's it. So thanks so much again. Everyone have a great night and day.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Awesome.
bye.